Kathleen Skiba is suing her former friend, Joshua Wolf, for money owed for a Crown Victoria.
Mr. Wolf, what kind of work do you do?
I do construction.
Do you work for yourself or for a company?
I work for myself.
Who do you live with?
I live with my son.
And he goes to school?
Yeah.
Now, you used to work as a caretaker for the plaintiff.
Yes.
From what year to what year?
I was not year to year. I worked for Miss Skiba for one job. It was fixing her toilet and installing her furnace.
And you did that when?
Last October.
When did you start to rent her home from her?
October 1st.
Of last year?
2018, yes.
And did you have a written lease with her?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of that lease?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please.
It is a land contract. It's not a lease.
It's a land contract, ma'am, not a lease.
I see it. So what you were doing is you were renting to buy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you both signed this rent to buy, and the contract was made September 4th, 2018.
Yes.
And you were buying the property for $30,000,
Yes, ma'am.
and you were paying interest at 6% a year, and the monthly payments were $350,
Yes, ma'am.
all very neatly in here. Now, during the course of this rent-a-purchase agreement, you were paying her rent every month?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
When did he not pay you rent?
He paid 2 months' rent since last year. I received 2 payments that my mother got, and that's it. And then one...
Do you have, just a second, since October, when you moved in,
Yes.
do you have proof that you made payments on the rent?
I do.
I'd like to see them.
Don't have the evidence with me.
Well, that's what I need.
Okay.
I have that I have already took him to court, the evidence that he hasn't paid it and that he has to pay.
I'd like to see it. When was the last payment that you received for rent?
Well, I actually told him I wasn't going to take no more
No.
payments.
No.
The last payment I got from him was in January
Of what year?
of 19 this year.
I'm not interested in that. Hey,
Okay.
we have October, November, and December. 3 months' rent was before January. Now, did you receive 3 months' rent? October, November, and December.
3 months, correct.
In what month did you advise Mr. Wolf that you had to move back into the house?
I advised him that I was coming back there.
What
It was
day and month?
It was around the end of February. I was really sick from where I was living. I had to get my lungs
Just a
flushed.
second. I'm not asking you for your
Okay.
story.
All right.
In what month did you tell him that you were coming back to the house?
February.
Now, in what month did you come back to the house?
It's the end of February.
February.
Correct.
Now, this is what the case is about. It is your claim that you came back to the house, and that when you came back to the house, you sold him an old car.
Yes.
You sold him the car for $1,250. He hasn't paid you for the car. The defendant says you didn't sell him the car. You came back to the house, lived in the house. It was supposed to be only for a week because you weren't well. You were supposed to look for an apartment. The agreement was that he was going to drive you around, and he would come to where you were and take you back to the house. And in exchange for that, you would give him the car. That's what you said, and you actually signed the title over to him.
Yeah,
that would be a
handed
yes.
him the title.
That would be a yes.
Yes.
Now, when he rented your house, in what state was the house?
Michigan.
And where did you move to?
I was staying in Livonia, Michigan, and I came there because I was needing a surgery.
No, listen to me.
Ma'am, nothing was ever given to
Just
him.
listen to my questions.
Gotcha.
I will determine whether you sold him the car or gave him the car. That's what we're here for.
Right.